This channel is for immature audiences only. It is not for children, only for childish adults. We might play some video games that kids also like, but we say words like fuck and shit with alarming frequency and make crude, inappropriate, and morbid jokes all the damn time. Level 0 NPCs assumes no responsibility if your idiot spawn watches this and gets traumatized.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Level 0 NPCs. This is our mailbag. I hope you're getting ready to enjoy our mailbag, because we are getting ready to enjoy performing the mailbag for you. I hope that this is going to be a fun time for you and for us. We look forward to it.
This is a new one. This is it's subtle but unfamiliar.
Please sit back and relax while we prepare the mailbag.
Oh no, it's contagious.
If you have access to a kitchen, you can pause our video and go in there and retrieve.
You're allowed.
Retrieve some refreshments.
Retrieve them.
Though it's weird that you started this without your refreshments. That is weird. Like, you are in control of this. No one made you be here.
No, I get it. You know, you're like, I don't have time to relax for this, but I'm telling you, you do. I think this is going to be a relaxing time. It's going to be stress-free.
You know, honestly, we're not moving.
We can't.
We're going to be standing
We
here
can't promise.
this whole time.
We can't promise that it'll be stress-free.
Yeah. You don't even have to pause. You could just turn up the volume and walk into the kitchen. You can listen to this from the other room.
That's true.
Yeah.
If you have access to a kitchen, go maybe get a refreshment of some kind. A drink.
Yeah.
Or an eat.
A piece of untoasted bread.
An eat or a drink.
Whatever you choose. There are no wrong answers unless it's poison. If it's poison, that's a wrong answer. So don't eat poison. Don't drink poison. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Neither
all.
eat, drink, or shoot up poison.
Maybe have a piece of fruit. I hate it when people call it a piece of fruit. I hate it.
A piece of fruit?
Oh, I hate it. When they call a whole thing a fruit, a piece of fruit, I hate it. Kills me.
Oh, wow.
Kills me inside. I have an open...
Oh, so like not a subdivision of fruit, like a sliver of mango or something like that.
But like they
like a whole ass mango, they're calling a piece of fruit.
Yeah, you grab an apple, say have a piece of fruit. I'm like, I mean, it's a whole thing.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, it's a whole fucking thing.
Have some fruit.
Thank you.
Have an apple.
You don't need to say the word piece, for fuck's sake. Now, hold on. We're getting stressful. We're going to have to walk this back. Hold on.
Yeah.
Fun fact, it sort of suggests that fruit is a singular noun, not a plural one.
It does.
All fruit is one thing.
There's one
therefore...
cosmic entity called fruit. And you sort of take a piece of that entity anytime you consume an apple.
Yeah, it's like a mycelium fucking network.
Yeah.
Actually, when you say it like
cosmos.
When you explain it like that, it kind of makes me like it more.
Brings you back on board.
It kind of brings me back over a little. I still hate it.
If all fruit, fruit is the fruit.
Yeah.
We all need a reminder. We all need a reminder to live whimsically now and then. Even Matt.
Have some of the fruit.
You can reframe it as a cosmic entity. You always have that option.
That's true. True. All right. Now that you've got your Chicago mix popcorn and your tall glass of iced tea
and your Chicago deep dish pizza and your Chicago Malort.
Great combination.
It's good. Yeah. Now that you have your full
the Chicago special
Chicago breakfast,
I assume it's the Chicago breakfast. Oh man, any of those for breakfast that's a rough start to a day.
I need to know.
That's why it's the full Chicago breakfast. It's like a full English breakfast, just from Chicago.
Do you put the popcorn on the pizza or is it a side to the pizza?
It's like when they're like, hey, Cheerios, part of this nutritious breakfast.
Oh yeah.
It's like one bowl of cereal and like 8 apples and like 2 glasses of orange juice and like a loaf of toast.
A loaf of
Loaf of toast.
Loaf of toast.
loaf.
Toast.
Toast loaf.
Toast loaf.
Yeah, now that you've got your stuff, we can begin our mailbag. We need a cool song for our mailbag.
Oh boy. We still don't even have a Conquests of the Longbow or a Longquestions for the
I think the cool song for our mailbag is Questions for Glory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because, like,
It's true, honestly. Like, this is where it all started. And it's where it will all end.
like we're out of
damn.
we're out of Quest for Glory. So let's just make that the theme song for the mailbag so we always have an excuse to use it.
Yeah. Do you want to hear it again?
I do.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll fucking do it.
Always. God, that's good. God, that's good. Those guys, not good, but the song, real good.
They're on our side. They're on our team. But yeah, they're hard to watch sometimes.
They're the much of this group.
Oh, brutal. Harsh
Well-
but fair.
Let's because it's going to be a fairly short one. Let's why don't we kick this off with a speakeasy password?
Speakeasy. Speakeasy password.
It's time for a Speakeasy Password.
Yeah, it is, everybody. Yeah, it is. Down here in Halifax, where I live, there is a speakeasy called the Nobles. You can enter it by going through the desertery, known as the Middle Spoon. And if you go up to any employee there and you whisper softly in their ear,
While they're busy doing something else.
yes,
Don't forget that
they
part.
need to be busy. If you whisper this,
Serving another customer or something.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
they will grab you by the collar and huck you down the stairs where you can get into the speakeasy. It's real nice down there. Some really
I'm
kick-ass.
also in Halifax, but you can't call what I do living. Legally, we can't say that.
Not today.
Dwell, perhaps.
Exist.
It's a state. It's a state. You know, we're all existing in a state in Halifax. Okay.
Yeah.
This week, starting tonight, Thursday, March 5th, when we're recording this, you guys will hear this on Saturday, March 7th in the evening. There's still time. There's
Yeah.
still
Clock
time.
is ticking, but there is still time.
There's still time. Okay?
Yeah.
Unless this is like you're listening to this on Sunday, in which case you're fucked. You fucked.
We're recording this the day after Chun-Li's birthday.
Jesus.
And you will be seeing this 3 days after Chun-Li's birthday.
Chun-Li's
Yeah,
birthday is the one holiday we try to keep in our hearts year round.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's it's real.
Those
special
thighs
to
don't
us.
lie.
Yeah. Those thighs don't lie. Okay.
That's a Speakeasy Password if ever I've heard one.
Those thighs don't lie. All right. Here we go.
Yep.
Dreaming, after all, is a form of planning. Dreaming, after all, is a form of planning.
Speakeasy password.
And I think they mean dreaming in like the daydreaming or, your dreams of...
Sure.
Not,
yeah,
not in the sense of being
you're
asleep and
unconscious.
experiencing a
Yeah,
dream.
not sleep dreaming. Yeah. Just to get that out of the way.
in
dreaming.
a like when you put a piece of writing out into the world all on its own, all on its lonesome, those guardrails of how it is interpreted, those aren't there. So it's every kind of dreaming, or none of them. Now,
Deep.
if a literal dream when you're literally asleep as a type of planning, that's not the most nonsensical thing that I have heard, because your brain doesn't do it for no reason. It is reacting to things in your past, and part of that is to prepare you for the future. That's why your brain is doing it. So it isn't the craziest thing in the world that even the dreams that you experience in your literal sleep are a form of planning. Your brain does what it does to try to help you, even when it fucks it up.
Right.
I hadn't thought of that, but yeah, it's true. Alex sold me on it.
Julia, you've been very quiet.
Well, okay, I like Alex's interpretation of it, although I don't necessarily know if I would ascribe that much intent or to the dreams that we do have. It could be that's the case. But I mean, I take it in the spirit to which I may have been intended in terms of like, yeah, as Matt said, daydreaming as a form of planning. I don't agree, and I think it's stupid.
Hold on.
Yes, I should say anyone who's ever tried to accomplish anything, to take a thing from an idea to a finished product and experience the hurdles of that, will quickly learn the difference between a dream and a plan. They could almost not be more distinct.
I actually believe that a dream is the first step to a plan. Because it is often the end goal. It is the end result. When you want to do something, you have to know where you're going. And it is step one in the fucking plan. And if you are like, then you got to figure out how to get there. This is where I'm going. Or it's the final step in the plan.
You have to believe in the thing, right? Like if you're not starting out believing in the thing, that is a good point.
If dreaming is conceiving, then yeah, absolutely. Like as somebody who's basically like the majority of my job is planning, absolutely. You have to have the concept of the thing before you can plan it.
Yeah.
And like,
so dream it up first.
You got to dream it up. And
sure.
like dreaming of like creating a game on your own. Like that is step one.
Yes,
But
agreed. 100% agreed. That's not what it said, though, right?
Dreaming, after all, is a form of planning. It is. The problem is a form of.
Yeah,
But-
it's an important precursor to a plan.
Yes,
But yes,
absolutely.
It is a part of planning. It is not necessarily a form of planning.
that would have been
It
the better path.
might be a pre-planning element. I think planning comes after the dream. Like I
agree.
You can have a plan for lots of reasons. Not all plans start with a dream. Sometimes a plan, sometimes the dream is how we get out of this one, right? Like it's not always what do I do with my life. Sometimes it's how do I survive the next few seconds. And that's the dream, and that's a laudable dream.
Sometimes the dream is like, how do I get back to my bed?
Yeah.
How do I get a good sleep tonight? What
I
can
think
we
there's
do
a
there.
I think I work in video games. I've done so for something like 16 years. I don't work for most of the people that I've ever worked for currently, so I'm confident in saying that I haven't believed in most of the projects that I've worked on. Not a teeny tiny amount. Oh, not a grand, like a homeopathic amount of belief I have had in most of the projects that I've worked on. But like someone's job was to like have a plan about it. And yeah, like I don't think the dream is really a form of planning. It's like one guy's job to have a dream and everyone else's job to sort of burn their lives down about it.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
I will say that like if that dream did not happen in the first place, then there would be nothing to plan.
Yeah.
Sure.
Now, whether like I don't think that these are mutually exclusive either. Like the dream has to happen in order for the plan to happen. Not everybody involved in planning needs to dream.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, that is a large part of my job as well. Is interpreting someone else's dream and making it into something actionable, something that you can actually like turn into a finished product. Now, I mean, like. The more fun parts are the one where you can inject a couple of your own dreams into it as well. But at the end of the day, production is just like, okay, someone said we're going to do a thing. Now, how do we actually do that thing?
To be clear, I've believed in a number of projects that I've worked on. They're a lot more fun to work on, for sure.
Yeah.
Luke and I have collaborated on a project that we both very much believed in.
Yeah.
Well,
We're among the few.
It was heavy lifting trying to sort of make that belief contagious, but we definitely believed in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think a better way to say this would have been dreaming, after all, is a part of planning.
Yeah.
Or the first step.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's with the after all? I hate the after all part of it.
It feels like a quote of some kind at that point, yeah.
I mean,
It would be better as the call and response type of password, where that's your answer to a particular prompt.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think the after all makes it more folksy, which I don't mind. Sometimes you need to give folksy. Sometimes you get a little more folksy.
I hate it.
You know?
It's like
don't want it.
preceding a quote with like the man says.
Yeah.
Don't care for it.
Yeah, I don't care for it. You don't like the folksy. You don't like.
I don't like the folksy. You don't need to dress it up if it's good.
It delves into the preachy.
Um,
They sort of knew that what they had to say couldn't prop itself up on its own, so they added a third point of contact in the form of after all.
It's something you'd read in like a book, you know. It's a book thing. I like it.
It's a book.
I've heard worse ones. I don't think dreaming is a form of planning. I think it's precursor. Like dreaming can be a part of problem solving. Dreaming can be a part of ideation. Right? Like those aspirations can be there. The plan comes after the dream and is so distinct from the dream as to be the reason most endeavors fail. I know so many. The number of people that I've worked with who believe that they want to be the ideas guy. The number of people that I worked with was like, I'm sick of being an artist. I want to be the art director. And I exhausted my repertoire of kind ways to say, you will never introduce more compromise into your life than by transitioning from being an artist to the art director. You as the artist actually have less compromise in your life than you would as the art director. The art director is a full-time compromise machine.
Yeah, and at least you get to do art when you're an artist.
Well, that's the other thing too. Yeah, absolutely.
Well.
So if you like doing art, otherwise
If
you're
you're
going to be
an art
managing
director,
people.
you get to do a lot of paint overs.
Yeah, like what you mean by I want to be the ideas guy is to do a full Julia, to go on your own and do your own whole thing. That's the way to do it if you want to sort of bring your creative vision to life. If you want to do both, if you want to have the dream and the plan and the execution, like that is the way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that for me, what I don't like about the saying is how I differentiate between dreaming and planning. Because when I think of planning, I think about logistics, I think about contingencies, I think about what if this bad thing happens? Well, what can I do to reduce the chances of that thing happening, or if it does happen, what are the steps taken after that? That for me is a lot of the type of planning that I tend to do if it maybe not necessarily due to the project, but if I'm going to go traveling somewhere or all these things, that's my planning. And when I think about dreaming, I think it's the opposite type of thinking, where you're like, you don't think about the bad stuff that could happen when you're daydreaming about something or dreaming about something. You're kind of thinking about all the good stuff that could happen. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing it as in terms of as a pleasurable activity, dreaming.
That's so fair.
And I think it's almost
Yeah.
the opposite for me. Is dreaming and planning are completely different in that terms of your perceived expectation of what could happen in the future. It's like, oh, it would be, and if you think of everything's good, that's not planning.
And
at all
like
to me, anyway.
people's brains work differently. There could be people whose dreams are very kind of organized and actionable, such that they would find this entire conversation puzzling. Like that could be a thing. I'm not the brain police.
Yeah, just my own personal way of approaching those thought processes.
I think they're really, really importantly distinct. And I actually think a lot of people will get into a thing not knowing that and learn it the hard way. And I think when you've become jaded in a lot of complicated endeavors, it's easy to sort of pile on too much. But like just sort of the awareness that after the dream and before the end of this endeavor come a lot of hard and scary choices and personal sacrifices. And that's not a bad thing. That I don't mean that to be discouraging. It's just that even accomplishing little things can be surprisingly difficult. And there's a big difference between the dream and the plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If it was reworded, it would be better.
A part of planning or the first step of planning or something like that. But a kind of
Not the
planning
worst.
is weird. That's a weird way to put it.
This is not one we have to throw out whole cloth. This is something you could definitely work to be something
Yeah, you can
fine.
work.
You
Yeah.
could
It's
rework.
salvageable, and I've heard crazier.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's it.
It's actually
Password.
that is the perfect speakeasy password in that it gave us something to talk about, and we all felt strongly about it.
Agreed. Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Defo agreed.
If they get much better than that, we're fucked. This segment is dead.
That's what I mean. Yeah. No
You
P.
guys run across any hundo P's this week? Neither did I. I don't go anywhere.
I said one actually. I said it on stream. I should probably do that more. In fact, try to spread the word.
Oh yeah.
I used Hundo P at work the other day,
Nice. Good.
just in agreement with a statement.
The
Hundo
people
P
who
watch.
aren't on this call with me right now, that I know, have as close to a 0% chance of saying Hundo P as possible.
I don't know. I think it could happen, man. I have faith in
I feel
Hundo
like-
P.
For Hundo P to be more of a thing, Hundo P, we need to use Hundo P and therefore get it into the zeitgeist, and then I think other people will
Yeah.
start using it more.
We can be the change we want to see in the world. You know, we can do that. I believe I've said that exact quote about
Actually,
Hundo P in the past.
I guess coworkers might say Hundo P. Most of them wouldn't, but yeah,
Some certainly might if they've been exposed to me Hundo P-ing during the course of
Yeah.
during the course of in meetings and what have you.
I guess that could happen.
Hundo urinating. All right.
Yeah.
I was thinking about my civilian life when
My civilian.
I'm in street clothes and not in my game developer uniform.
Also, like, I kind of want to hang around people that have a chance of saying Hundo P. Like, that's a goal for me. I'd
Yeah.
like to do that.
I'm not avoiding people who would say Hundo P, but I'm going through my Rolodex of people that I see regularly. You know, my Friday D&D group, the people in my open mic circles and stuff like that. Like if any of them said Hundo P, it would be sort of like, well, that's the imposter then. That I know which one to shoot.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. I guess you.
I get the inkling that you could create a spiral of Hundo P at your poetry readings by writing a Hundo P thing and performing it.
I guess I could maybe make it catch on. But again, I'm Uatu the
Yeah, that's
watcher
not
when it
your
comes to
job.
the Hundo P watch. I'm sort of part of the sort of like the fundamentalist sect of the Hundo P watch, where my role is to observe, right? And Matt started a heretical faction where he would evangelize for Hundo P and try to instigate it.
Yeah.
Hundo P evangelicals, yeah.
The cool thing is I don't actually care. But I just want to see it. I want to see if we. I want.
You just can't abide boredom.
Yeah.
Yeah, which makes you better than most evangelists because
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair.
You're not forcing it down people's throats.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was the Speakeasy Password and Hundo P Watch. So we're on to the mailbag. We're on to the mailbag. All right.
Questions for glory.
Time for some mailbag.
All right. We're going to go back all the way to episode 5. Josh. We were talking about the famous Josh Christ. Matthew Higgins.
Josh Christ and Dickie Lionheart.
We missed your Conquest of the Conbow or Longquest of the Conbow last week, and we feel terrible about it. We're just torn up about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it up to you by putting you first, Matthew Higdon. All right, you ready? Here we go. Longquest the Conbow. Can we get a Hellraiser watch-along for Horror Month? Well, it's funny you bring that up. Because right now, on the Level 0 NPC Discord, every Friday night, we have movie night. And that's a night when a few of the PCs and occasionally one of us will go and we'll watch a little movie on Friday night. In fact, just this past Friday, we not the Friday before when you're listening to this, because we're recording this on Thursday, we watched the classic film from I'm gonna say 1987, Twins, with
That's
Arnold.
the Friday 5 days before Chun-Li's birthday.
Yes. You're right. And we watched the Arnold Schwarzenegger
Arnold
and
Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito,
classic
vehicle.
Yeah.
Twins.
Cameoing a young Heather Graham in it too. If you can believe that. And Kelly Preston, so rip in peace, Kelly Preston. So yeah, that's what a movie, what a knock around movie that is. I loved that film up until the end, and then I was like, because I couldn't understand why nobody talked about this movie, and it didn't really stick the landing.
As the premises go, it sounds like it has a strong beginning.
Yeah,
it was more of a journey than a destination.
Yeah. And I think the ending is what holds it back. It wasn't a bad movie. I actually enjoyed myself all the way through. Even at the end, when I'm like, they do kill a guy at the end though, and I thought that was pretty funny.
What?
Yeah,
I've never seen this movie.
The end of Twins, they straight up kill him.
Are you kidding?
I'm not.
I thought you were joking.
I am not joking. They literally murder
What?
a guy at the end.
Oh my god.
Not at the very end.
It's been a minute since I've seen Twins. I don't remember that at all.
Oh my god.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
How?
Well,
how do they kill him? Do they shoot him? Do they stab him?
No, they do it in such a way that if you're a kid, you probably didn't register him as being dead. But if you were an adult, you're like, oh, that guy is definitely dead. So they're fighting against okay. So
walk us through it. This is the mailbag. This is what this is for.
In Twins,
I told you that so I could tell you this.
There's they end up stealing a car with a prototype engine in the back, and Danny DeVito's character does that because he's a bit of a slime ball. And he has this thing going. Anyway, there's a hitman out to get them. This guy was supposed to pick up the car, and the car is gone. And so I'm not going to go into the whole plot of Twins, but the point is they've got this guy on them, and they have a suitcase that's filled with $5 million, which Danny DeVito traded for the engine, and they're leaving. He's leaving the place, and then this fucking hitman shows up out of nowhere and chases him, tries to kill him. He's got like a sniper rifle. It's pretty cool. And the guy who's playing the hitman is actually the guy who plays the human who hosts Quato in
Total Recall.
In Total Recall.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. He's one of those great character actors from
Sergeant
the
Generator.
80s. Yeah.
Always good to see a cameo from Quato's legs.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
his secondary, I guess his primary head. I think the guy was Quato. I think he just was...
Can we?
Sorry.
Oh my god! How did he die?
Anyway.
Oh God. You're gonna tell us the whole plot of
I'm really
before we
Will
get back to-
Scarleting this.
I love the idea that we start How Did He Die to explain the whole plot of Twins to explaining the whole plot of Total Recall. How deep can we go? How many layers?
Shit. Yeah, anyway. Where was I?
I'm sort of at that level of tired where I don't care how the guy from I'm happy to listen to the yarn, right? Like if we never get back to how and why they killed the guy, that's fine, you know?
The point is Danny DeVito is escaping into the sewers with the suitcase full of money, and he hears his twin brother, Arnold Schwarzenegger, confront the hitman, and Arnold doesn't actually punch, like, he's not punching the guy. He's not a punchy guy in this. He believes in peace. And Danny DeVito's like, I could get away with $5 million, or I could go save my stupid brother. And he does. He goes back, and he's like, here, take the fucking suitcase. Go. And so the hitman's like, okay, fine. And he grabs the suitcase, and then he turns around about 10 feet from them. They're in this fucking crazy warehouse somewhere. I don't know what's going, because it's always an abandoned warehouse, right? And he points the gun at them, and he says, unfortunately, you guys have both seen my face, so I can't let you live. And they do a little twin thing where they look at each other, and they notice on the wall next to them is a lever and a chain. And they pull the lever, and one of those, one of the giant hooks that's at the end of a chain with the big, it falls down on him, and the guy is covered in chains, and I mean, there is like miles of chains. It's not miles, but it's like 100 feet of chains that just come down on him. And if you're a kid and you're watching that, you're going to go, ha ha, that's funny. They won. But if you're an adult, you go like, that fucker's dead.
Yeah, that's past OSHA violation there.
Metal.
Yeah,
it's like a car's weight worth of chains on that guy. And they straight up kill him. They straight up kill the guy. And that was
it's
they
touching.
obviously recovered the $5 million based on the sort of the denouement after
they gave the $5 million back at the end. Now, Danny DeVito at one point at the very end says, it was a real shame we had to give back that $4 million. Because he's the only one that knew how much was in there. So he clearly kept $1 million for himself because he's a scuzzy guy, but he's lovable.
Yeah, he's still himself. And it is, in fairness, hard to replace a twin. You know?
Yeah.
In 1980s money, $5 million might buy you a brother. But you can't replace a twin, right? That brother won't also be your fraternal twin. You only have the one of those.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, the actor who played them, that played the hitman, was a man by the name of Marshall Bell. Yeah.
I don't think $5 million would buy you a brother in today money.
You'd be surprised.
Not in most of the world, or not in like
in today's economy though.
Well,
that's what I'm
maybe
saying.
you know.
Yeah, might not have bought you a brother a few years ago. Might buy you a brother now.
Yeah, that's an interesting point.
Yeah, might buy you a sibling.
I watch a lot of Dateline NBC. I watch a lot of true crime, and you would be surprised how little it requires. You need to hire a hitman.
I mean, you can make someone dead for probably significantly less than that.
Yeah,
it's having a living person become your sibling.
I have
for
to
a certain sum of money.
I have to say, just to clarify terms here, this is not buying someone's loyalty or buying someone's friendship. This is an expenditure of money that makes someone your brother. Now that can mean legally they just agree to be like adopted by your parents or whatever, or even in terms of like an amount of loyalty akin to chosen family. right? Like, if all your other friends betrayed you, the brother that you bought for $5 million would not.
Right.
I
right.
see.
Okay.
Because I was thinking, well, and then that would be a brother, like you wouldn't be adopting a child, for instance, to be your brother. It would be someone who is around the same age as you or something.
You could adopt
give
an
or take.
adult. That's
Yeah, I mean,
possible to do.
this idea, I was thinking that you'd be adopting a child to then declare your brother, but that's not, because you could probably buy some, a
you could do
child
that
pretty
too.
cheaply.
Sure.
Okay.
I guess if you're just talking about getting someone to follow you around and refer to himself as your brother, you might not necessarily need all of the $5 million to make that happen.
I mean, that might only cost a few $100, honestly.
Just
Well, yeah, I
hiring
mean,
someone
I
to do
might.
make-believe might not be that expensive.
Right. But if you really wanted that loyalty that you don't think you might not even be able to buy with $5 million, like if you did adopt a child and you told that child since they were small that they are your brother and you raised them, then there would be a loyal brother.
Now that's using the old noggin. Raise a brother. Like, find yourself a child, raise them to really believe that you're their real brother who just happens to be a couple decades older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Good plan. And affordable.
I don't know.
All it costs you is your time.
I wouldn't call it a good plan necessarily because it requires a lot lot of labor.
Also,
there's a lot of labor involved.
it's a morally horrifying plan, so it can be a good plan.
That too.
Yeah.
That too.
A brother or a cousin akin to Williams, Burr, and Corgan.
You can make this a more challenging exercise by thinking, like, what would someone have to pay you for you to become their brother? Right? Like, for what amount of money? I am a brother to two siblings that I like and one sibling that I don't. So, like, what would it cost me to be as much a brother to a complete stranger as it would to the siblings that I like? And it's hard to negotiate that with myself, It's hard to put a number on that.
How much would it be different than being the same amount of brother to the sibling you don't?
Oh, I haven't spoken to him in, like, coming up on 10 years now. That's easy,
So then, yeah, you get a sum of money to kind of mostly ignore something.
That's just free money, right? Like, I'm like, I won't turn down any amount of money for that. That's just passive income. I'm doing literally nothing.
You heard it here, guys. If you want Alex to be your brother, send $20.
If you want me to be your estranged brother, and again, all I contribute to this is when I'm listing my siblings, I just list another sibling.
Yeah.
But I don't talk to him either.
I think it's really important that if you're going to do this, you need to go into it very clear and say, if you pay me this money, I am going to treat you as if we have decades of family history, the good and the bad, okay? And with the good comes a certain level of loyalty, okay? So I think it's very important that if at some point you piss me off, I'm going to treat you like that. Like, it's really important that you know that you're not buying my loyalty, you're buying my brotherhood, all right?
By my fraternity.
So I'm going to be there for you as long as I can. But if you do something to really fuck up this relationship, you're not getting your money back. It's really important that you know that.
Establishing deliverables, I think, is important in any contract. What is the goal? Yeah. Because, like, part of having a brother in an ideal circumstance, in sort of a healthy, supportive family, is having someone that you can rely on. When I moved to Alberta to work at Beamdog, a number of weird, bad things happened, and it was logistically and financially extremely frustrating. And I was talking to my sibling Nat about this, and when Nat had come to help me move, they had hidden $500 under a lamp.
Oh.
It was just this. It was the craziest magic trick that I've ever done. I was just like. I was just saying, like, this has been such a nightmare. Like, everything has gone so complicatedly wrong with this move. And that was like, did you find the $500 I hid under your lamp?
Oh my God.
So, like, that is part of having a sibling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is someone being there for you. But also a part of it, and I think an equally valuable part, is to have someone who occasionally needs you.
Yes.
Yeah. Because, like, if you've ever been in a chapter of your life where no one needed you, there are very few things that are worse than that. That's the bottom. Like, that is, to not be needed by anyone is about as low as the human experience can go. So part of having a brother is, it's like, I think if that's the experience you're paying for, you want your brother, your fake brother that you're paying for, to fuck up enough that you have to bail them out sometimes.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're not getting the brother experience. Because if there's one thing that every brother is, it's intensely fallible. As a brother, I can say that.
I think it's really important, though, to recognize the fact that I don't think it'll ever truly be authentic. Like, if you're paying for a brother, it's never going to truly be authentic. And even if you, as the brother who's been hired, is very good, and you're doing your best at being authentic, I truly believe there's going to be a level of entitlement expected from the person who paid you.
There's a power dynamic there.
There's a power dynamic there.
Yeah, that wouldn't exist between brothers.
Correct. Yeah, and I think that would be a problem. So, I think in the end, to answer your question, yeah, we can watch Hellraiser, but also don't buy a brother. Don't buy a twin. Don't do it.
Yeah, you can't buy it. There's no buying a twin, right? It doesn't, like, however authentic or inauthentic a financially transaction-based brother fraternal relationship is going, however successful that could be, you simply can't buy a twin. That's just, money can't buy twins, whether it can buy family or not.
Yeah. Also, we probably can't watch Hellraiser, honestly. I don't know.
I haven't seen Hellraiser, actually.
It's great.
Probably can. Yeah. I mean, like, it would be trivial to get Hellraiser added to the wheel of movies. But I mean, like, we could put our finger on the scale a little bit for
we need a special wheel for Horror Month specifically.
For Horror Month? Yeah. Totally.
I have seen basically...
We need a wheel with only one peg on it for Kroltrover.
Yes.
Krolprol?
I quite like horror movies, but I have seen relatively few of sort of the classic ones. Like, I haven't seen any of the Friday the 13th or the... Gosh, I should really know the series title for Freddy Krueger, but I don't.
Nightmare on Elm Street?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At least Nightmare on Elm Street makes sense. Friday the 13th has very little to do. Like, the day itself has very little to do with that story.
That's true.
It's almost nothing, in fact.
Does it actually? I don't even remember if it even occurs on Friday the 13th during the course. Like, it might be in the first one.
Maybe the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely Jason spends more than a single day in at least one of the movies.
Almost all of them. Yeah. It is such a weird title for that.
Yeah.
For that
I mean, a lot of the
series.
movies just sort of happen over the course of an evening, but like some of them do kind of last for a while.
Yeah. And maybe we're to believe that it's the day itself that resurrects Jason every time. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Anyway,
we could watch ourselves some Friday the 13th, a little bit of Child's Play, a little Hellraiser, a little Alien.
Yeah.
Alien I have seen. Alien and Predator. If those count as horror movies. The original Alien is certainly a horror
Alien
genre.
Is a horror movie. Yeah. The rest of them, not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, if you're not on our Discord, join our Discord, and you can get into the movie chat and give a suggestion. They'll put it in the wheel. Bunny Cakes and Fun for Algernon run that place like they run that ship, and it's tight. It's a tight ship. So
it's tighter than this show.
Oh my God, they're so consistent. So yeah, get on there and we'll. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. If you got nothing to do on a Friday, it's fun. All right. That's it for that question.
Yeah.
Questions for glory. Yeah!
I actually think that was handily our least efficient question in terms of answer time.
I wonder.
It's hard to know, but maybe.
We immediately went 90 degrees to the problem, Because like it's funny you should mention Hellraiser. Here's information about several other films, and then a lengthy negotiation about the relationship between family and money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Good content.
Yeah, good tape.
Okay, so we're gonna go to episode 7 now, and another Matthew Higdon, bringing the questions,
Bringing the heat.
bringing the heat. Can we get Matt singing Bryan Adams? Yeah, you can. You can.
You can just drop a stanza right here.
Nope. I'm gonna save it for the show.
Not for free.
I'm gonna sing.
I thought we were gonna have our most efficient question right after our least efficient question, but it wasn't meant to be.
It is efficient, and the answer is yes. You will get singing
yeah.
Bryan
Well,
Adams.
you doing it right there, like that would have been peak efficiency.
No, I'm
'Cause
gonna.
now you're on the hook to do it, and we might forget by the time.
No,
we do
I'm
another
gonna
episode.
sing everything I do it for you during the end credits
When we play, this Robin Hood. That makes sense.
of this game. I'm gonna do it.
That's good. That's good.
I may not sing it in its entirety, but I will sing a good chunk of it. And that's you have my word, my goddamn word, that I will do that.
Your solemn vow.
Although somebody might have to remind me because I have ADHD. But if I'm reminded, I will definitely do it.
Let's go ahead and
check.
let's go ahead and sort of quantum entangle the promise to the memory, such that if Matt forgets, he is no longer accountable to the promise.
But I'm gonna do. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna do my very best, because we're not gonna finish this game without me. I'm gonna be there, right? So if I get hit by a meteor, you're not gonna see the end of the series. They're not gonna do it.
Right.
You know. Am I wrong? Maybe you guys will. I would want you to, but I don't know if you will.
In honor of you? I don't know.
You guys won't do a night of recording without me, so I don't think you're gonna do I don't think
It's
you're gonna
over.
finish a series. I think it's done.
Yeah.
Losing a quarter of our hosts in a horrible accident, that's a hard thing for a show to bounce back from.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true.
Like,
Yeah.
for one thing, the assumption that yes, we would continue doing the show, it's not about whether we like the show. It's about 3 people all coping with grief in the exact same way. Right? It's like, whether or not we like doing the show without Matt, that's besides the point, right? Like, pick any group of 3. I defy you to find any group of 3 people mourning the same person and coping with it in the exact same way. That seems unlikely to me, statistically speaking.
No, you're right. Especially if I get hit by a meteor. That's going to bring up all kinds of questions, very philosophical questions. Like, what does that mean?
Like, how did Matt only get hit by a meteor and nothing else?
Yeah.
In a way that Halifax still exists. I'll let you know right now, if I get hit by a meteor and die, I give you permission to be a little excited about it.
Well, that's the way to go.
It is okay for you to be a little bit excited that I got hit by a meteor.
Well,
right?
What's cool is that could happen to any of us right now. Right now, doesn't matter. We basically our buildings that we live in are basically made out of paper. It's just
I feel like we would have some advance warning.
no. We would have advance warning about an asteroid, a meteor. No, you would never.
Most objects that are big enough to take a life, without like big enough that they won't burn up in the atmosphere and there's enough mass left for it to still kill someone. It would be a little surprising. Like, it's not that, the space agencies of the world are going to catch all of them. But if you're walking down the street and you get fucking taken out by a meteor, it's sort of one of those things where the space agency is going to be like, oh yeah, I should have caught that one. Like,
Yeah,
might be everybody.
There's a surprising amount of meteorites that actually do hit the Earth on a daily basis. I went to a workshop at the Royal Ontario Museum where they talked about meteorites, and it's something like in the number of like hundreds of meteors that hit but most of them hit like in the desert or oceans or like places that no one is anywhere near that sees them.
The overall surface value of humanity to the rest of the planet is fairly insignificant, all things considered.
I was kind of approaching this question like which ones of us of the level 0 NPCs are like not replaceable and which ones aren't. I think Alex would agree with me that both he and I could get hit by meteorites and the show can definitely proceed us with replacements. But with Luke and Matt, like we just couldn't do it.
Yes, I agree. Well, it's sort of evidenced by the fact that Luke and Matt did do this without us.
Well, yeah,
you can go back and watch Gold Rush. It's delightful. It's a great dynamic.
Yeah.
They'd be fine.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I think you and I are strong additions. But we're not load-bearing pillars. Matt and Luke are a very effective two-legged stool. They'd be absolutely fine. Now, whether the show could survive without either Luke or Matt, that's untested territory. There's just no way to know that for sure. Yeah. Luke and I did Yoda stories for a spell. I would do more of that. I thought that was delightful, but it didn't necessarily stand the test of time. We didn't do very many episodes of it.
It was a scheduling problem more than anything else, all things considered.
I don't know if, I mean, just because Luke and I could do it again doesn't mean we would want to.
We might not.
There's a distinction. There's a distinction between you knowing on an intellectual level that you have done this show by yourself and could do it by yourself, and me getting obliterated by a meteor and you guys deciding to do it. You can't cross the river twice kind of thing, because like you can't go back to me having never been on this show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know if we'd want to. Listen, according to the Imperial College in Manchester, or Worcester, the University of Worcester, 17
well-known repronunciation of Manchester.
There are 17,000 meteors hit the Earth every year. 17,000 after they pass through the atmosphere and become imperceptible. Now, most of them are very small. Yeah. But like, you can hit by a piece of dust that comes through the atmosphere. It would be real bad.
Yeah. You could fit all the humans on the planet in Rhode Island. That's about our surface area. We don't like if you emulsified us, we wouldn't take up that much space. If you blended us all up, we could be very compact. But if you just piled up all the people, I think we'd occupy a surface area about the size of Rhode Island. And most meteors don't hit Rhode Island.
No.
And that's roughly the reason meteors mostly don't hit people. It's just we just don't have the surface area. A meteor that hit my building or even my apartment would be so unlikely to hit me. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's kind of a cool way to die. It's just you sort of can't argue with it, right? A rock came out of space and killed him for no reason.
Yeah, there is a level of fuck that guy in particular. And I think that's cool.
You can't negotiate with the meteor, right?
No.
That it's sort of the extent you weren't taken before your time. Your time was right there. It happens that your story just happens to end in an exclamation point.
It is more amazing than winning the lottery, and it's more amazing than just about anything that could happen. So that would be the most amazing thing that could happen to any of us, really, by a long shot.
I should say, however I die, you are all welcome to cope with the grief however you want. But in the specific case of me getting obliterated by a meteor, you're allowed to also be excited about that.
Honestly, if I get obliterated by a meteor, I would hope that at my service, one of you would have the forethought to remember that somewhere near the end of Conquests of the Longbow, I was like, I got killed by a fucking meteor? Hell yes.
Yeah.
Play that at my funeral, please. Play this at my funeral, please, if I get creamed by a meteor and die from it.
I think it's an important meteor pact. I think we're all allowed to be a little excited that we knew the guy who got absolutely iced
that I died from a meteor.
That's the thing, too. All of a sudden,
please
that person
play this for everybody.
That person is famous now.
Yeah.
That whoever is that person is now famous, which is incredible. We have a famous friend.
Yeah, got fucking domed by a meteor.
Yeah.
Did you know that happens sometimes?
If there is
I have a friend who it happened to.
If there is an afterlife, that's got to be sort of like the the highest sort of social status in the afterlife. You're sort of going around. It's like, oh, how did you die? And they're like, oh,
Really
I tripped.
cool death.
I tripped over a brick, and then you're like, you know, like, oh, I got killed by a meteor, but you don't want to tell that to this poor tripped over a brick guy, right? Like, you don't want to make him feel bad.
Yeah. Like I died in my sleep at 95. Like
Yeah,
those,
it's just-
you could tell those guys. They'll be like, really? That's awesome.
Yeah, like someone who died surrounded by loved ones at 95, that's fantastic. We should all be so lucky. Like you can have a conversation with that person. It's like, oh yeah, I got obliterated by a meteor in my late 30s.
Gold. So yeah, that's that answers that question.
Well, I forget what the question was. I was
Bryan
racking my
Adams.
brain just now. Right. Of course.
It's truly no one asked. It's just answering a different question. So, to just one more thing on the whole meteor thing and whether the show would still exist. Part of it is no one here is making any money. One of the guys from Glee died, I think, right? And then Glee kept happening, and it's because Glee was fundamentally evil all the way down to its core. There was never any. There was no good at the heart of Glee. It was all bad all the way deep down, and that's why it carried on after the guy had died. It wasn't in loving memory of the guy or whatever because the cast all loved each other. They were just getting paid, and they all had contracts, and that's why the show kept going.
Yeah, they could have ended it that season, given closure to viewers, and it would have been fine. But no.
No such external pressures exist, right? We're not governed here by capitalism, except in the way that we all languish under capitalism, and it affects our lives. But we're not doing this in a capitalistic way. We're not making shit off this. We're very slightly in the red.
Yes.
I'm relatively deep in the red, I would probably
Oh,
say, all
geez.
things considered. From like I'm not in the red like financially, but like if you tallied up the amount of money that I have spent on doing this as a hobby versus the amount of money that I have received, which is zero. The ratio is high to expenditure versus income.
You have suffered the most.
Yeah.
Doing this. There's no question about it, for sure. Yeah, you're deep in the red when it comes to time and effort.
Yeah.
In this, and it's appreciated.
Like if we start thinking about like man hours
If
spent
we're
on this,
if
thing,
we're counting
10
our
years
time,
in.
if we're counting time, we're all way in the red. Because we're
like thousands of hours of episodes.
We're for extremely
plus
talented
editing
people,
time and what have you.
right? Like we're for very talented people. If we're charging what we are worth, we're way in the red. If we're talking about like actual expenditure of money, I'd be surprised if I was deeper than $100. But certainly, like I've spent a non-zero amount of money, and I'm that much in the red at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. Well, you want another question?
I've spent more than $100 on just speculating on like games that we might play one day. So yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah. So our last mailbag got 89 views as of this recording.
Totally. NOP.
That's a good. It's NOP. That's a good solid half of what the gameplay ones get.
That's fair.
And that's fair. That's
Yeah,
okay.
With that.
You're allowed to skip these. I think you're like you're stealing from yourself if you skip these, but you are allowed to do that.
And also like, if you're here with us now, you're one of us. You know, we love you.
Welcome to the inner sanctum.
And we can talk about those guys that skipped it. Like we can say anything about them right now.
Yeah.
Do I appreciate them watching our gameplay?
I'm worried about those guys and their relationship with stress.
Yeah. Yeah. Like what is it about this that you're like, I don't want to listen to this. Like, is it like business only? You only interested in the game? What's going on?
Here's the thing, like, if you're only interested in the game, like, we do such a bad job at it that you would definitely, like, oh my god.
Yeah, if
You know?
many of these games are have full text. You could play the whole thing on mute if you didn't want to hear us shoot the shit and be bad at this.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's also true. Yeah. I mean, yeah, and there are commentary-less playthroughs of probably every Sierra game.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, 100%. Handoki.
Yeah. Thank you.
Adobe Watch.
So my credo continues to be applicable, which is to say, if this isn't your thing and you want to complain about it, you can go fuck off to another channel. Like, there's other places that are playing Sierra games. If you just kind of want to enjoy commentary under the framework of some Sierra gameplay, yeah, that's what we're doing here.
Yeah, we are welcoming to everybody who wants to come in and just hang out. We've been very welcoming to a lot of people, but to the people who complain, we are notoriously shitty to them.
It's true.
Yeah.
And good.
We're combative.
Yeah. We don't. Your opinion.
This isn't a product.
No.
You're not paying me for this.
No. Yeah, you can.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
We
There's literally
circle like
hundreds
fucking
of
velociraptors
alternatives.
as soon as someone leaves a comment.
Yeah, and we're not like one of the 5 network channels on television.
No.
Like,
I don't know.
so
you
many
shit.
other options.
We don't owe you fucking anything.
Anyway, yeah. So what was it? What we were on about?
Right. Yeah. Okay. So we got
Bryan Adams.
comments.
Right.
Comments for the Long Quest.
Right.
Yeah.
Questions for glory. Yeah!
We love you, 12 Op. We hope you're doing well.
God, we're just trying to make it. We're just trying to make it worth it. 12 up. That's so good. Like, we're just trying to live up to that. God, that's good.
Yeah.
We're not even trying to butter you up to get more free music. Like you truly have done
You're
more
done.
than could possibly be expected.
You've gone above
Far
and beyond.
far more than we ever
Deserved.
Yeah.
So this is from Both Belong. And Both Belong says, thank you for sharing your culture, the Canadian culture. I imagine every dish comes with maple syrup on the side, regardless whether it should come with maple syrup on the side. If
It all
only
should.
That were true. They all should. But
There's so few things. I put maple syrup on a pepperoni pizza. I'm not ashamed.
Yeah.
There's almost nothing I wouldn't eat. There's almost nothing I wouldn't eat maple syrup on.
You know, like, I've seen like a maple drizzle on pepperoni
I need
pizza.
to add an O Canada thing to the soundboard.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm racking my brain. Like there's
Of something you would not
so
add
little
maple syrup
I
to.
wouldn't put maple syrup on.
There's got to be something bad.
Steak.
I feel like it wouldn't go well with a number of cheeses.
The thing is, it's
It
kind
might.
of an okay pairing for savory things. Like
Yeah.
there's better ways to make steak for sure than putting maple syrup on it. But it would be fine. It would taste like meat and maple syrup.
maple syrup. Yeah, maple syrup on like a burger. I'm sure it would work. So
Yeah,
like,
I think that's
extrapolating
fine.
down.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the best pairing with all of those things, but like, yeah, it's a versatile flavor.
It's not the worst pairing with basically anything.
I have no fear of being a stereotype when it comes to consumption of maple syrup. Again, almost truly nothing I wouldn't put it on.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the animatronic moose. I believe that regional cuisine would definitely be included, as well as large imported cultural populations. I have no idea what a donaire is. I guess we didn't really go into it.
Didn't we?
Didn't we?
I thought we did.
We have in the past. I don't know if we went into it in the actual mailbag last time. It is literally a pressed together hamburger and spices that have.
It's not hamburger though. I mean, it's donaire meat.
There's
right?
a rotating meat obelisk.
meat on a spit.
There's an obelisk of meat that has been blended together with spices, and it is rotating on a spit. A pillar of meat. It's rotating, and they shave the meat obelisk.
Yeah.
It's constantly rotating and hot. It's important, and they shave the meat obelisk, so they're always shaving off the cooked exterior part, and they pile that on a pita bread with tomatoes and onions, and for the Haligonian donair specifically, a sort of jism textured blending of condensed milk and garlic
and
vinegar. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And it really was ground beef at one point, but they pack it together so tightly, and they put it on a spit that when they can shave it off in strips. So yeah, crazy. But yeah, don't think of a hamburger, but like that. It is actually more like an emulsified. It's actually closer to a hot dog than a hamburger.
I might for real go get one after we're done recording. I'm in downtown Halifax. I can just make that happen.
You could just go do that. So that's a donair. I would go for some moon mist, but I'm not sure about the banana. Don't worry, you won't even notice. It's also like it's banana candy flavor, so it's like if you're down with like the old banana flavor, then you'll be fine. But it's fine. It also gets mixed in with the bubble gum.
It's a baffling trio of flavors.
Yeah. Being a huge fan of sherbet and rainbow sherbet, it sounds quite fun. It is. Yeah.
You see, it's normal to not like moon mist. Like it's not necessary. It's a novelty, right? It's not that it's horrible, but to eat some moon mist and be like, yuck, that's a normal, sane response.
Next time Julia's in town, we're gonna get some moon mist.
100%.
And we're gonna take a video of it. We're gonna do a video of us sampling moon mist. It's gonna be
great. That's one thing. You could put maple syrup on moon mist ice cream, but it certainly wouldn't be great. That actually, there's a lot going on there already, and that is maybe an example of something where maple syrup's not going to help.
It won't help, but I think you could still do it.
It would be fine because it's just sweet. You don't necessarily want a fourth flavor going on there. No, you could put maple syrup on Neapolitan ice cream and you'd be fine. But moon mist there's maybe enough going on there already.
I've had ice wine before, and it was so good. It is. It is a special kind of thing. I love it. You can't have too much of it though. I love me a good Bloody Mary, but clam juice. Okay, so it's not just clam juice. Okay, it's clam and tomato juice mixed together. You can't just get the clam juice on it. Well, I mean, you probably can, but the
Bloody Mary has the tomato covered, so it's like a Bloody Mary with clam.
Yeah, but you don't like the clam. Just adds a little.
The Caesar.
Importantly, the clamato juice is made from a clamato, which is a genetic hybrid of a tomato and a clam. They raise clamatos in a laboratory environment, half plant, half mollusk. In an unholy amalgam, and then they milk the clamato for the clamato juice.
Yeah.
I'm unhappy about that.
We all are. We'd all prefer that didn't happen. It's close to the opposite of maple syrup.
It's a Canadian creature.
Yeah.
All right, so we actually
invasive in all environments.
We have a long questions for the Conbow here, also from both Belong.
Questions of glory. Yeah!
If all of a sudden this channel exploded all of a sudden after 10 years, and you could match your income just from doing...
I feel like it would come across as sudden if after 10 years we were only averaging 200 views per video and then somehow we were making millions of dollars. Oh, okay. Hundreds of thousands of dollars, I guess.
Yeah. That would be weird. Okay, so if that happened, and you each could match your income from just doing the 2 episodes once a week, Would you consider quitting your current profession and leaning into making more content to cash in? Or are you more interested in your current career and this is just a fun hobby thing to do? Would maybe the fun go away if there was suddenly an expectation or it becomes like work? Feel free to ignore this if it's too personal of a question. No, you can ask us anything. It's fine.
I love making video games. I love my job making video games. I love my colleagues. I get to work with Luke. I'd shovel shit for 8 hours a day if they'd match my salary. Tomorrow. Easy. No question. No hesitation at all. Like, if a less complicated job would allow me to live in dignity and comfort and stay here amongst my friends and my support network, 100%. No question.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so fair. And it doesn't mean you can't make video games. It just means you do that as a hobby.
Exactly. Like, I make
games
video
games in my free time while making video games professionally.
Yeah, like I would still make video games on my own, but I would just sort of do the Zen activity of shoveling shit for 8 hours, which has sort of relatively little problem solving and stuff like that, and a good amount of cardio. And then I would go home and without the sort of the financial stress and the sort of the complex sort of social and political environment of a game studio and all the hierarchy involved with that, I would just sort of do my own thing without a tremendous amount of financial stress. So yeah, for sure I'd do the show for if it would match my salary. Yeah. But also, again, I would shovel literal shit for 8 hours a day if it would allow me to live in dignity and comfort and not experience the amount of stress that I currently experience.
My God, I would do the show full time for Alex's salary. My God. I'm currently unemployed. So matching it does match my salary. It matches my current income. Yes. But yeah, like if I was making money off this, I would definitely, I could see myself leaning into doing this and just doing my other stuff as a hobby on the side. Absolutely. I would do that. Done.
Yeah. I mean, I'm self-employed. I don't really know what my salary is like because I've never had one, but I will say that I would still make games just like everyone else here. I would still make games even if I had a job doing something else completely that was paying the bills, because I just like making games. And that's why when I actually released Crimson Diamond, and I of course was scared because I didn't know if people would like it or not. I knew I would make another one anyway. Like I knew I was going to keep making games. It didn't really matter what people thought of it because I liked doing it. I liked the process. I liked not just the process of making the game, but what it motivated me to go out and show the game to people, and I got to meet new people and have all these new experiences and stuff. So like, even if people didn't like the game, the journey of making the game was so great that it matters and it doesn't matter how the game ended up doing. And I would just want to continue with that. Just keep making stuff because making stuff's fun. As Luke said, like Luke is making a game on his off time from his full time of making games, and that just goes to show what a nice pastime it can be when for money or not.
Even Matt, correct me if I'm wrong. Like the games industry is a pretty rough environment. Matt and I worked together for many years, and Matt has very little interest in going back to the video game industry, but still has game ideas and games concepts that he's passionate about pursuing.
Oh, yeah. No, the games industry currently, as of the recording, is a fucking garbage fire right now. The last job I had was teaching art. I used to teach students how to get into the video game industry. And part of that was making connections into the industry and trying to get people jobs. And I'm going to tell you, what a nightmare. And it's only gotten worse. So, yeah, Alex and Luke are the only people I know right now that currently have a job in a video game studio.
We're the only people I know outside of the studio where we work who still have the job. Like, again, I love my job, my colleagues, the projects that we work on. Sincerely, that's not just me blowing smoke. I feel so fortunate, especially where the industry is so unstable these days. I feel extremely lucky to be in that position. But the nature of the games industry, however great the studio you work for, however wonderful your colleagues are, it is literally and explicitly impossible to work hard enough to have job security. There's no combination of actions and no amount of effort that you can do that will give you job security. That's not a thing that you can earn. If you'd asked me 5 years ago, heck, maybe even 3 years ago, I would have given you a different answer. But that's just, it's not the name of the game anymore. Here in Halifax, our local Ubisoft studio unionized, and the place was like figuratively burned to the ground. All of those people lost their jobs. So like, I love making video games, and even specifically and particularly love making video games at my current job. But there is a reason why, if I had if I could guarantee the same salary and not live with the level of existential dread that the games industry like manifests, yeah, for sure. Like, I love making games. I don't like anything, and I like making games. So the fact that I would shovel shit for my current salary because I think my quality of life would be like, yeah, it's damning, basically.
Yeah. What about you, Luke?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, there's not much to say here that hasn't already been said. Like, I will be making games regardless.
Yeah.
Like, if the games industry, you know, if professional video game studios ceased to be, which is to say, like, the current studio that I'm in fell apart and the big studio sort of grindstone fell apart and there were no jobs for me to pick up in the wake of whatever dissolution happened, I would still make video games. I've got Adventure Game Studio installed on my computer. I've got Unreal Engine installed on my computer. I've got RenPy installed on my computer. I have Godot installed on my computer. I have 4 game engines on my computer that I'm aware of, and I'm sure there are probably others. I might have RPG Studio there somewhere.
I think the only thing that would stop me from making video games would be if I fell into an amount of poverty that meant I couldn't afford a computer of any kind. That would be the only, or death. I think the meteor or that kind of poverty are all that would stop me from making video games.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now, I get burnt out every once in a while. I have a bad habit of like just burning the candle at both ends until I cannot do other things. I've had a very good run with the game that I'm working on right now because I've learned that if I start to feel burned out on one corner of the game, there are other corners of the game to work on. And I've gotten to the point where I understand the sort of basic principles that I can actually approach something else. Like right now, the last couple of days, I've been doing UI work. I've been building the pause menu and the like options menu for the game that I'm working on. Because like, I ran into a bit of a wall with some writing and some animation that I still absolutely need to do. And I'll get back to those once I have, built back up enough sort of juice to start working on those things again. There might be a point where I have run out of juice on all of those things and I'll take a short break probably. But like, yeah, so to go to the specific question, if making level 0 NPCs was my primary source of income, that would be amazing. I do really like Alex said, I love the people that I work with. I am probably even far more like of a company man than probably nearly anybody else that I know. Like I very much took the lessons that I learned from having been a salaryman in Japan for the first decade of my career. Company loyalty and shit like that is very much sort of it's burned into my soul. But like, and like it's not a secret. Like we've been working together with Obsidian, and it's amazing working on like high profile, good, really cool games made by big groups of people. Like Outer Worlds 2, amazing project to work on. Avowed, amazing project to work on. So like, yeah, and I love the folks over there too. Like they've all been like amazing professionals and really cool folks to work with. But yeah, like if this was my primary source of income, I'd still be making video games. I might not be in the big studio thing anymore. And I mean, it won't happen. I'll say it right now. If in 10 years we haven't managed to break the 1,000 views per video thing yet, it's not happening in another 10 years, probably. Like retro games specifically aimed at point and click adventures, it's a niche. It's a niche within niches. Mm-hmm. So it is what it is.
We also have a certain irreverence for this task. We love recording the show, but we very much do it on our own.
This is a hobby.
We do it on our own terms. So like when someone leaves a comment that we don't like, we'll just get in there and yell at that person. Like it's just because that's the fun reaction to that we enjoy. But a lot of people who are very
I don't get to do that in my job.
Yeah, a lot of people who are very successful in the shows that they do have certain like there's a certain
level of professionalism.
Yeah, professionalism and kind of like a persona that they do. There's a certain separation there. We just sort of come on here and be ourselves in a way that is like not
maybe
super marketable.
Slightly, but yeah, like we're very much just the same people that we are. This is me that you would meet on the street. Although, if you met me on the street and you approached me, I would probably crawl into a shell and die. Because I'm an introverted person. So this is me without the like worry of social interaction with people that I don't know. Which is great. But yeah, like, so back to the question, yes.
So
if this paid the bills, I would continue to do this. This is fun and it's not hard. It's relatively easy. I don't think it would happen, but yeah, and I get to have my cake and eat it too, because I would absolutely still be making video games.
But you'd be like doing independent stuff. So here's the second part of the question. Yeah. If that was true and you were making your current salary right now, okay, so let's say we're all making a really good salary off of this channel. Okay, like we're all making we're making enough to comfortably live.
We're raking in 6 figures each on this show.
So so would you consider making more content to make more money?
Is it just scaling? Because I mean, like there was a point in time when we were doing this daily.
Yes. Yeah.
I could.
Would we go back to that, or would we just be comfortable where we are? Like, would we want to get richer based on scaling?
Yeah, if 2 episodes a week was 6 figures, like I'd go up to maybe 3. But because like I would. Well, I mean, it's just like there's stuff that we just don't have the time for that we would love to do. We talk about it frequently, like going and doing more Yoda stories, or starting to do some of the LucasArts adventure games, or other series in general. Like me having the like energy at the end of the week between my professional video game development job and my unprofessional video game indie job, and doing this, twice a week and editing 2 videos a week. We have been recording Tokimeki Memorial every Wednesday. We have a bunch of episodes in the hopper at this point. I just don't have the fucking like mental energy to edit those videos. And it's not hard work. Let me be very clear about that. So if like I was able to carve out an additional 40 hours a week, I could probably do that. And I think I would have the steam in me to do more.
Well, I mean, if we
that's all that's really stopping us from doing more at this point. I enjoy doing this. I think the rest of the NPCs do too. And like if I could do more of it, if I had the energy to do more of it, I probably would.
Well, the big
and we could make the schedule work.
The big irony is if we were making 6 figures off of this, we'd be able to pay an editor. You would never have to do the editing.
But I wouldn't. I would.
But you could, and I bet you would.
I could.
I bet you.
Maybe.
I bet you would. Maybe not to do it all.
I would pay somebody to name get the chapter cuts and name them.
Yeah.
That's for a weird, weirdly, that is the most stressful part of this.
When it comes to whether I would scale up, like if the show became successful, whether I would push to scale the show up to an extent. So things like right now, I have no realistic prospect of ever owning a house. And that's not ideal, right? So possibly to get to that level of income where one day I could maybe possibly buy a house and not just work until I die. I might try to ascend to that level of wealth. Beyond that, I don't know. I think that's it. I would want my life to be, because I really like doing this show, but I wouldn't want to do only this show, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I would take the extra 40 hours a week that I would have, and I would just want to do the shows that we keep talking about wanting to do.
Yeah,
that's as far as I would want to go.
I think I could pursue my dreams in terms of writing and making games and stuff like that, and still record twice as much as we currently do. If I were not also working full time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But also one of the fun things about this particular thing that we do is that if one of us isn't feeling it, or if one of us is just I can't do this tonight, we just don't do it. And I think that part of the charm would go away. I think we would definitely feel like we were on the hook. And that's the last part of the question here. Would maybe the fun go away if there was suddenly an expectation and it becomes like work? I have a real problem with obligation. As soon as something becomes an obligation, I immediately start to resent it. And this has been a problem with me my entire life, and this is something to do with my undiagnosed ADHD, definitely. But it's definitely I think that might be a small issue. If it's okay, we have to do this, but this is our job. And I think with some perspective, I think it would be an easy sell on me to be okay, this is a job. So, I will say that's already the way it is. Yeah.
I don't think there would be a big change from the way that we currently go. Because even I'm I don't skip episodes unless there's something dire usually. But I would be lying if I didn't say when I send a message to our roll call channel and I'm is everybody in this week? Don't worry if we're not. We've got stuff in the hopper. That's me kind of subtly going I could take a week off, Yeah. I'll still record if everyone else is in to record, but
I was
at the same time and I think it more than one of us have said it multiple times is it's a real bummer getting started sometimes, but you're glad you did it once you
every time
did it.
Every time.
If ever the PCs doubt, PCs or NPCs, if ever anyone who can hear me right now doubts the love that I have for them. I was in a relationship for 4 months recently and was having trouble juggling everything. I was burning the candle at both ends and stuff like that. Let's just say I'm still recording this and I'm not in that relationship anymore. When something had to go, it wasn't this.
Oh, God.
Oh. Aw. Yeah, absolutely. And I think we all love this. I know Julia loves this.
I do. Oh my God. I'm the one who's on roll call, but give me, let's do this. And I really super want to do it every time.
You are the most gung-ho in the chat every time.
I am.
I'm let's do this.
Thank you for noticing. Yeah, let's go. I'm in. Let's do it every time.
Initially, I was most confused that Julia enjoyed doing this. I've known Matt and Luke long enough that I understood why they like this and what they liked about it. And when Julia first joined, I was delighted to have Julia here, but every time we ended the call, it was what is Julia getting out of this? Like, what is the appeal there? And then gradually I realized that Julie is also a giant weirdo. That's
Oh my God.
It was the very simple, obvious explanation. It just didn't occur to me till later.
Thank you. It's so funny because what I think about, and I think this is so great, and this is why I love sitting here and talking with you guys. And I said this before, and I will continue to say this at every opportunity. I love how different we all are, and how we think about things differently and approach things differently, and we can have these amazing conversations. And I will say that in my life, one of the greatest pleasures that I derive from my life is having really good conversations. It's one of the things in my life that makes me the absolute happiest. So anytime I have that opportunity to sit down and have a really engaging conversation, and also look at, there's like 4 of us here, and often when you have a good conversation, it might only be with one other person or whatever. Like I don't hang out with like a lot of groups where we do sit down and have conversations. I don't have the benefit of having like a D&D group or anything right now. So this is like my outlet to sit down and have with, you know, a 4-person, really good, engaging, fun and funny and informative conversation in my week. And I will show up for that every single time that I can.
Aww.
Oh, yeah.
This is my only social outlet aside from work. This and I apologize if this sounds really depressing. This and like very casual conversations with my regular waitress at the diner I go to every Friday.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Man, that is so real though. When I go to, there's 2 coffee shops that I frequent based on their like operating hours and stuff like that. And when I go and it's not one of the baristas that I know, that's a rough day. Right? Like when you have a rapport with a barista and it's a different barista, that's tough. That's
Yeah, there was a waitress at the place that I go to that I think quit sometime back in like November or October or something like that last year. Haven't seen her in a very long time. I have a good rapport with the person that works that shift now too. But like, yeah, I was kind of disappointed because I was like, oh, you know, my interactions with you were kind of a highlight of my week. You know, it didn't go far beyond like, you know, random shit about town and the weather and stuff like that. But it was still a social outlet, you know.
Sometimes Matt and I would go to the Roby Street station, and if Georgie wasn't waiting at our table, what a fucking waste of a trip.
What a nightmare. What a nightmare.
Just like that's like if life were a video game, we would have used a save state. Like it's pointless.
Yeah.
Start over.
Yeah. It's like, I don't even, yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So on the extremely unlikely event that the blue-haired girl that used to work at Ricky's, who I think was named Sarah, hears this, miss our chats.
Yeah. And, you know, and Julia, what you were saying is so true. And I feel the same way. And also, like, now you're stuck with us because this summer we will have been like doing this with you for 3 years.
No.
Yes, this summer.
Has it been 3 years already?
We started
in
2023, and
Wow.
yeah, and as of like July when we started
Colonel's Bequest?
yeah, that
Oh
will
my
be
God.
that will be 3 years totally.
Oh my God, that's incredible! Wow.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Wild.
I guess, yeah, we've done 3 Christmas streams together.
Yeah.
Julia has put it very well. A good conversation is hard to come by. I've got like people that I see on a regular basis, but like I'll go out to like I read poetry at open mics, and I do have a good rapport with some of the people, but it is challenging sometimes because not everyone there is there to have a conversation, and sometimes the people who are there to have a conversation, the way that I am does not work for everybody. I'm at peace with that, right? Like the way that I talk on this show, I think Matt and Luke can vouch. I do talk like this normal in my normal life. I'm not less weird than this.
Oh yeah, you have no mask.
Yeah.
Y'all might be surprised to hear this, but this is Alex at work too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that.
It doesn't work for everyone, including employers, right? Like, it's not the easiest way to be, but there's like a high minimum level of dinosaur facts when you're talking to me. And it doesn't work for everybody. So when you find a group of people that it does work for, you tend to keep them around.
Yeah. Like I play soccer a couple of times a week in the summers and the winters, and some like my soccer that I play in the summers, like some of these guys have been playing soccer we've been in the same league for like 15 years or something, right? So I've been playing year in, year out with the same people, and we show up, we chat before and after, we play the game, and then that's it. And that's the extent of those relationships, right? And it's nice to go and play soccer with them and have a quick chat and everything, but I don't know anything about them. I don't know what goes on in their lives. We don't hang out outside of that activity, right? So it's a matter of the different kinds of people that you just have in your life, and like the different levels of social interaction you have with them. It's totally fair to have those different levels, but for me, when I have friends that I can have, like, and I sit down and have this nice conversation with, it's one of the things I value the absolute most in my life.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So both belong. Thank you for that question. That was great.
Yeah, really good question.
Questions for glory. Yeah!
That was actually such a good question that we just answered it at length.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
We didn't explain the plot of a bunch of unrelated movies first.
It's also true.
We have
not to say that was a bad question either.
Those were also good questions.
Great questions.
But
They're
yeah,
also loopy. We were a little bit loopy.
This one hit us where we live for sure.
Yeah.
So we've got two more. We can rapid fire them. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's be efficient.
Less doing for Conbow. This is from Idris.
Okay.
Was Sierra's fall in the 90s foreshadowed by Infocom's fall in the 80s? That's a question.
Yeah, I will be very honest and say that I don't know very much about the fall of Infocom. I would have to look it up. Although I expect, maybe I'm wrong, that I think ultimately Sierra was done a little bit dirty because they got caught up, they got embroiled in a whole fucking fraud scam thing with the CUC purchase and the Vivendi shit and all of that. So Sierra could have still been a household name well into the 2000s. Were it not for, a whole lot of really nasty shit beyond just a game studio that doesn't make popular games anymore. Infocom, like I said, I don't know, but your Acclaims that just kind of eventually petered out and shut down, or your Microproses who are still around, but not a household name so much anymore. I think Sierra still had the juice, but Sierra got turbo fucked by just some very unfortuitous business moves that happened to them.
To be fair though, if there was an option to sell level 0 NPCs for $2.2 billion,
would I have done what Ken did? Yes, probably. I'm not saying that it was a bad decision, especially for the people up top. But as a studio,
yes, of course.
Not and also who he sold it to was just and he probably didn't know. I'm not gonna get too deep into real talk about shit that I've experienced, but I have not been involved with a company that has been purchased and or merged that has gone well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say. So this shit doesn't happen well most of the time. Mergers and acquisitions are just fucking disastrous in the games industry, to my experience. I've never been in one where things didn't get a lot worse after it happened.
I think they're like at a minimum divisive. I remember my first job working at Byte Games. The same day when I quit, actually, we got bought by EA, and then there was this interesting period where I had given my 2 weeks notice, and for 2 weeks I worked for EA. And it wasn't like immediately bad, but it did split up the team in a big bad way, and then both endeavors that butted off of that kind of petered out into nothing.
Like the companies that buy smaller companies in a lot of cases, and not just in the video game industry, are very, very good at killing the magic of why they bought that in the first place. And they start killing it immediately. It's crazy to me. It's crazy.
Our companies here that we're answering the question for, it's Infocom and Sierra.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have to sort of shoot from the hip and guess here. If this question is foreshadowing, probably a little, because I did work with a lot of people and for a lot of people who were very surprised by the rise and fall of other studios. I'm sort of less surprised by these things. Matt and I worked on some Telltale-esque adventure games for a spell. It was a lot of fun to work on. I think a lot of people who weren't Matt and I were quite surprised when Telltale went under.
Yeah.
And the reason I wasn't surprised is because it had been foreshadowed by like Goji Games going under. It had been foreshadowed by like a lot of stuff going under. When there's a bubble like that, when there's a niche that's working, that's a very dangerous thing for a lot of studios. A lot of studios that thrive reasonably well figuring out what works don't thrive once they find something that does. And especially when other studios start to like compete and there's a lot of people going for that niche, the bubble will pop and take all the studios with it. So
although
yeah.
I mean, there was more to the loss of Telltale than just like the adventure game market hitting its second pop. But yeah, that's a story for another day.
I'm just quickly looking at the fate of Infocom because I wasn't really sure about it myself. I didn't know anything about it really, but just quickly going over this, it looks like one of their later games in the studio's life called Cornerstone didn't really do as well as they were hoping. It was kind of considered a failure, and then they had laid off half of their 100 employees, and then Activision acquired them in 1986. And I haven't read any further than that, but you can just kind of project into the future.
Sure. I mean, like most companies that are big enough die because they were bought by somebody, and then they just kind of like they melted into the larger entity. But like, I like Activision. Say what you want about it. Maybe some shitty, scary business practices, but at least not, CUC and again, what happened to Sierra. So yeah, Infocom sounds like they had a fairly cookie cutter self-destruct. Yeah. As game studios go.
Well, what would you guys sell Level Zero for? What would be your price for this channel and the logo and everything?
For the channel?
To sell all of this whole channel?
God. The whole deal. We just sell. Someone else takes over. They have their own hosts. They own Level Zero NPCs, and our backlog.
I mean, how much you're willing to pay? Like,
there's a price tag for sure. It's like it's a non-zero amount for sure.
Sure. Well, yeah. It depends on what additional things come along with that zero, I suppose. But like,
it's true. It's like if they paid us and said
it's not a valuable brand. Let's just say
that's kind of the thing, is that right now we're not making any money off of it. So if someone came in with like a big offer, like an amount that would like actually change, we can just do a new channel because it's the experience, right? Like I don't watch our backlog.
And the PCs do. The PCs do.
I truly think that if there was a clause in the contract to buy it that we weren't allowed to make a competing channel, I think that
like
might
a
be a deal
non-compete?
breaker. Yeah, I do.
It would certainly, they'd have to be talking about quite a sum of money if part of the thing was that we couldn't do this anymore for ourselves.
And only for the channel. Like, I would reserve the right, or I wouldn't sign a contract that signed away like my adventure game that I'm writing, which ostensibly is using the Level Zero NPCs brand, such as it is.
Yeah.
I'm just calling it a Level Zero NPCs game at the moment. Not that that means anything.
We'll say like it's the YouTube channel, the name and the backlog. Right, they own the channel and all the videos posted to the channel. The peripheral stuff is sort of.
I dropped I dropped Level Zero NPCs. I changed my socials from Level Zero Luke to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The closest example I can think of, it didn't really work that way, but the Watcher guys used to work for BuzzFeed, and they went off to start their own channel. They didn't sell their original channel. They left because they never owned it. So it is sort of the opposite thing. But they built a new brand on reputations that they had built at the old brand and navigated the very sort of nuanced thing of like, here's our new ghost hunting show. We sort of need to reference our old ghost hunting show without owning any of the backlog that was there. So it sort of can be done. So I guess anyone who would buy this channel has made a fool of themselves in that sense.
Yeah.
Well,
I'd say, like, honestly, it's all a roll of the dice. You'd probably just be as successful or more so just starting a new channel.
Yeah.
12op is wondering if the Speakeasy Mouths can have their own YouTube short series, and that's horrifying. Horrifying.
That is a horrifying thought.
That's the craziest.
Theoretically could do it, although I don't know that I would want to spend the editing time on that. That took a not that deceptively long of an editing period to do, but that was a lot of work. A lot more work than I would want to put into more than that.
12op, that's the craziest pitch I've heard since Luke's pitch for the Speakeasy Mouths.
Yeah. I mean, in so doing, I gained the confidence to make these guys happen. Because it's the same tech, basically. I mentioned earlier having participated in a lot of ventures that I didn't necessarily believe in. Belief is not what I contributed to those ventures. The dream is not what I contributed. Luke told us his vision for the Speakeasy video, and I couldn't see it. I just did not see what Luke could see. But I've worked enough with Luke to believe in Luke, if not in Luke's vision. So I contributed my mouth to the cause, and I was wrong. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite things we've ever done.
It's horrifying.
If I come to you with an idea and I say, this is awful, you're going to love it, I'm pretty happy with where it's coming from. So
yeah, fair.
Yeah. The worse the worse I'm selling it as, the more likely it is to be something good, I think.
All right, we got one more.
Because I do my best work when things are terrible.
Yeah, we broke our covenant of rapid firing this. That was very long.
Sorry, guys. I'm really trying to.
One more. Efficient.
Trying to move this along.
Yeah.
Okay. Both Belong asks long questions for the Conbow. What's your favorite Monty Python movie / sketch? And will you ever play any of the Sierra building games? So part 1. Rapid fire. Favorite Monty Python thing? Luke.
The argument. Paying for the argument.
Okay.
But cheese shop.
Oh,
I like the parrot sketch.
Yeah.
Oh, parrot is very good. Parrot, yeah, that's such a good answer. I'll stick with cheese shop.
It was in my head, but yeah.
The ex-parrot. That's such a good answer.
Parrot and Holy Grail in general.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, Holy Grail is absolutely also my favorite.
Well, that's what they said,
Monty
movie
Python
sketch.
films.
So that's both of them. So,
I haven't seen all of them, but yeah.
Honorable mention to the Ministry of Silly Walks.
Yes, of course.
Oh, yeah. Love it. Oh, actually, you know what? changing my answer. The fish slapping dance.
There's a lot to love.
All right.
Yeah.
And second question, will you ever play any of the Sierra City building games? That's such a
If there's demand for it.
that's such a hard question to answer because we're going to have to get through all the adventure games before we even think about that.
So I don't think I put like Pharaoh or Caesar or anything like that on the list of Sierra games to play because I didn't want to do like a comprehensive thing. I mean, theoretically, that would also mean that we should be playing Diablo Hellfire, right? Like, that was also published by Sierra, technically.
I learned about each game for the first time during the first episode of that game. So I did, like, my honest answer to this question is I don't know what you mean by that.
The impression
I played a lot of Caesar 2 when it was new back in the day, and I would absolutely play a city builder on the show. I don't know if it would be good tape.
Well, here's what I'm thinking is
But I
that
would do it.
I'm kind of on the fence about this because I don't know. Like sometimes I'd like to try to intuit what I think Matt's reaction would be to something, and I think Matt would hate and be utterly bored with a city builder game,
I
Oh.
agree with that.
Yeah.
which could be
Oh,
hilarious, though, right? Like, but I
Unless-
don't know how long he would last.
Unless I was playing it.
Yeah.
If you guys made
Yeah.
me play it, I think I might be okay. Because I would do some really terrible things. I'd make some really bad decisions. It wouldn't be fun to
Matt's-
watch.
Matt doesn't have a problem with boredom. That's not a problem that I've never seen Matt have a problem with boredom. Matt is on a molecular, like on an atomic level, incapable of boredom. Which is to say, if Matt is bored, he will become not bored because he
Well,
will
that's what I
start
mean.
doing something. So,
So that
if
might
we
be
were
great.
if we were playing a city building game and Matt didn't enjoy it, he would just begin to entertain himself. Like,
Yeah.
he would be a dedicated peanut gallery to the city building.
But also, like I also have no tolerance for things that I hate. So if I decided
Yeah.
I hated it too, I'd be all like, yeah, I'm like, okay, I
If it got to sports level, then yeah.
Oh,
like
I
Matt,
yeah. I
like,
might
Matt
actively
won't
try
get-
to sabotage it. I might.
yeah. Like the sports is one of those very few things where I think if it came to it, Matt would resort to violence.
I don't know.
If it really came down to it, if that was the only way to escape the boredom, like I think it's one of those, like, there's a series of dialogue options that ends with Matt attacking you when it comes to sports. I don't think city builders are that bad though.
No. And like, it's one of those crazy things, right? Like, I understand why people like sports, and there are some sports that I can even tolerate for small amounts of time. But like, don't fucking talk to me about baseball. Fucking baseball. Fuck your Don't talk to me about fucking American football. God, fucking 3 hours.
I have a thing about sports. I have an improvement for all sports. I think golf should be about who hits the ball the farthest once. I think it should be about a man, a club, a ball, and the dream of putting that ball into fucking space. I think all golf matches should be 10 minutes long max. It's just a bunch of guys line up. They each get one ball. They hit it once. Whoever hit it the farthest, you win. No golf courses, no ecological catastrophes. You put a little tracker in the ball. You're fine. You can hit it into the woods. It doesn't matter. You don't need to get the ball back. You don't need to hit it a second time. You only get the one shot. It's just about trying as hard as you can to hit that ball into space. And I think all sports
It's
should
an
work that
Olympic
way.
sport at that point.
Yeah, I think all sports should essentially be shot put. I think that football, you kick the ball. You kick it once hard. Whoever kicked the farthest wins.
Love it.
And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I love the fact that that's something else, that we're all very different people, but we all have that same feeling of boredom and rage when it comes to sports.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't want to hear about them. Don't want to hear about them. Don't want to see them. The Olympics just came and gone. I didn't see anything about the Olympics, and that's fine. I'm glad to see the memes that were generated and people enjoying it, but I didn't watch a single second of Olympics.
I watched some figure skating. That's about it.
Imagine how exciting baseball would be if it was 100% home runs. If it's just ball gets thrown, ball gets knocked into fucking space. Like, only that. That's the whole sport.
Stuff like luge is, well, how fast can you go? And there's just how fast?
Yep,
Like
all those nuanced criteria.
Batting center right there, yeah.
Like get those nuances out of there, right? I want clear. I want a child to be able to look at the sport and know exactly who's winning.
Yeah. What's crazy is I hate baseball. I kind of like baseball movies.
That's not the same.
Baseball media is good.
There's an important distinction between a sports and a piece of sports media. Like the show Ted Lasso does not require you to be a fan of football/soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a prerequisite
Matter of fact,
of it.
I kind of loathe soccer, but I
It does not hurt to like soccer. I actually think liking soccer would give you a strong head start on liking Ted Lasso, but that's not really a prerequisite of being there.
Lasso's not about football, though. It's not. It's not about that.
No.
It's just, but
no, it's about soccer.
it's
Fighting words.
but like I loved Moneyball. Like,
Oh,
and
sure.
that's the most like technical fucking baseball movie, but it's, I don't know, it's fucking great. It was fun to watch all the way through.
Oh yeah.
Agreed.
Oh well. Anyway, that's all. Unless I missed a question, which is entirely possible.
Might have. We'll get it next
But
time.
I think we got them all.
Yep.
And guys, listen, leave us some more. We love
Yeah.
this shit. We love it. Ask
You
us
get
anything.
you get more of this if you send more.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine if we didn't get any questions and then those people who avoid mailbags would have nothing to skip?
Right?
I mean, it's happened, but we still made it work.
We can fill like 2 hours, no problem.
That's not a problem.
We did a
yeah.
mailbag that was only Speakeasy Passwords at one point. So, yeah.
All right,
And the
everybody.
Speakeasy Passwords keep on coming.
Keep it. Yeah. Every week we got a new one. So.
Yep.
All
right.
Take it easy.
Stick a
everybody.
say, everybody. We're over time.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody. We love you.
Bye.
Bye, I love you. Bye.
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 I'm really into you.